What is going on, world? What's up, everyone? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new Starcraft 2 video. This one is between two players on the WCS Pro circuit, spawning here in the bottom left-hand corner of Cerulean Fall LE, playing with the red Protoss pieces. He's currently down, but certainly not out of this series just yet. His name is Neeb. And his opponent, spawning in the top right-hand corner, playing with the blue Zerg pieces. He's currently up in the series and wants to keep that momentum going. His name is Reynor. So guys and girls, you guys can check out all of the games so far in this series on the YouTube channel right now. And I gotta say that Reynor has been showing us why he is one of the up-and-coming StarCraft 2 players moving forward. I would say, you know, into 2019 and throughout that season, guys, he's going to be somebody that you definitely want to look out for, because I think he is going to have some incredible, he's going to have some incredible runs. He's going to be someone who can play with pretty much anybody out there that I have seen. And so, definitely keep your eyes open for this kid. Neeb is no stranger to the StarCraft 2 pro scene. He's a fan favorite for a lot of people. I love him. He's one of my favorite Protoss players as well. Guys, he's kind of been a little bit quiet this year in the StarCraft 2 pro scene. By the way, this game was played at the WCS in Montreal. This is round one of the bracket play, and so every game counts. Obviously, it's a best of 5 series. Every single game counts here. And Neeb is one of those players who is not going to give up by any stretch of the imagination, no matter how big of a deficit it is. I've seen this kid come back way too many times to start doubting him now. So it does look like it's going to be relatively standard on both sides of the map. Reynor's going to go for the hatch gas pool once again. He's going to start constructing a couple of queens, get the gateway into the simulator, and then, of course, into the cybernetics core, and now the nexus for Neeb. Looks like the warp gate research is coming up, as well as the Zergling speed upgrade for Reynor. Looks like Reynor is going to go ahead, try to get that third base up and running as quickly as possible. It does look like Neeb does see the timing on this. So, he is going to know when that third hatchery is going to be going down, which is right now. So Reynor has, he's been playing some macro-focused games, and this is what he loves to do, and this is what he's really, really good at. He loves playing the standard macro-focused game. It's what, he is, he's very, accustomed to doing, and what wins him a lot of games. It's not necessarily the cheese games that he necessarily wins. It's more so than not the, when he's playing a lot more, I guess you could say, macro focused, or late game kind of focused play. So it does look like the shade may very well, it does look like that gets canceled there, but guys, Reynor, this is something that you gotta kind of check out. Is Reynor will sacrifice his overlords to get more and more information, to see exactly what's going on, the timings on things. We got another gateway coming up to try to get this wall off here, so that these Zerglings cannot just run into the natural expansion like they did in game number 2. Looks like the lair is going to be coming up here for Reynor. And it looks like the tech of choice here for Neeb is actually the Stargate. So the question is he going to go back into, or two Stargates, I should say. Is he going to go back into, more so Oracle play, which we do get some Oracles out, or is he going to start getting a lot of Phoenixes? Because those Phoenixes can do so much damage, to a mineral line if you have a mass amounts of them. Like 10 plus Phoenixes, you can take out a mineral line in a matter of seconds. Now these spore crawlers are obviously up and ready for the Oracle as soon as it gets across the map here. So a lot of it though, guys, is even more so than just trying to see what kind of damage you can get. You're also getting that satisfaction of seeing what your opponent is up to. Is there any kind of timings you need to know about? Is there going to be a push? Are they going to go for a very quick hive? so on and so forth. So this is something that you definitely want to do if you're a Protoss player, really figuring out what your opponent is up to. You don't want to lose these Phoenixes for free, but I will say that one of these Phoenixes are going to definitely go down, and maybe a little bit of some miss micro there by Neeb. But all that being said and done, nothing completely out of the ordinary just yet. Does look like we are going to get the Evolution Chamber as well as the Hydra Den. The Hydra upgrades are going to be started here. The Evolution Chamber is probably going to go for those +1/+1 upgrades here as well at this stage of the game. And there's Zerglings out all over the map. Now, there are some more Phoenixes out, and like I said, you got to keep an eye on that because those Phoenixes can do substantial amounts of damage if you allow them to. So the Forge is going to be coming up as well as the Twilight Council. So it does look like Neeb is kind of going for the difference that he has in build here is really the Phoenixes. He's got a decent amount of Phoenixes, and I really like this decision making by Neeb because this is going to really keep the Zerg player at home. It might even get one of those queens. No, he does not. But the Phoenixes, you know, really, I love watching guys like Neeb and Showtime go after and see just how many of these drones they can get. Now, one of those Phoenixes does go down there. But once again, I mean, how many of those drones can you get? Now, a couple of those Phoenixes did go down to some of those Hydras. But once again, you know, all of that being said and done, Reynor is still ahead in the supply. But Neeb is really starting to, you know, create a pretty substantial army here. I mean, or I should say economy more so than army. He's starting to get he's going to get a pretty nice size, he's going to be able to get a big army here very, very shortly because of how well, how big of an economy he's going to have here. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. There are some, of course, some Hydras as well as Zerglings coming. But I think there's going to be plenty to fend off these units, and you do have some High Templar coming out now, so you're going to have to be careful about those storms. The there's a lot of Zerglings that are going to be coming across the map here as well. You got to be careful, though. You don't want to overextend at this point, and it does look like those Hydras with a little bit of some nice micro. They do get some of those Hydras do get picked up, though, and it looks like Neeb is starting to really start pushing his opponent back once again. More and more Hydras are going to be coming out here, and while this is all going on, Neeb is getting more and more drones, some more High Templar, as well as another War Prism, and some of those upgrades, +2 upgrades are going to be coming up here as well. So I actually like the current position right now of Neeb. I think he's in a really good spot. Now, this creep spread is starting to get a little bit out of hand. That creep spread is starting to move close to halfway across the map here. It does look like there's going to be a 4th base coming down here for our Protoss player. And these upgrades are going to be coming in. +1/+1's going to be started here for our Zerg player. Very late on those upgrades. He's just now starting +2. Looks like the roly-poly upgrade is going to be started here for those Banelings. Reynor's a little bit behind right now on some of this stuff, so that's a little bit concerning to me. But with a lot of Banelings, this can do a lot of damage to a mineral line. Now, there is going to be a couple more gateways coming up here for our Protoss player. So it looks like he's going to have to split up this army a little bit because Reynor is going to be hitting from a couple of, different angles here. So it looks like those Banelings have come in, and the Banelings did get some connections there. And there's going to be, of course, the big fight that looks like it's going to be happening. And it's all going to be a matter of positioning here. Near the middle of the map here, there is a lot of, a decent amount of Zerg units, but that definitely hurts. But Neeb is certainly not out of this game just yet. He's got a decent sized army, and with those upgrades coming up here, he's gonna, maybe have a really nice timing push. Now, there are some of these High Templar here. You don't want to lose those for free. Oh my God, the High Templar get hit by by Reynor. That's a beautiful connection, and more beautiful connections here. It looks like maybe Neeb was overstaying his welcome on creep there, and that was a very big pickup on those High Templar. If he could have landed a couple of storms, that would have at least been, you know, decent, but that hurts a lot. Hive is going to be started here. Looks like +2, of course, is going to be coming up here. More and more Zerglings. The Spire is getting started as well. So we're going to see a couple of switches here by our Zerg player. But I gotta say, I still like the position Neeb's in right now. He's got a pretty nice army right now, and of course he's got, you know, the High Templar here. He's got these Archons. This is a scary, scary force. The only thing we got to keep in consideration is just how far all of these, you know, this creep spread is going to be moving, and there's going to be some run-bys with some of these Zealots, but the surround, Reynor is playing this one absolutely brilliantly right now. The run-by with all of these Zealots here, I don't think they're going to be able to do a whole heck of a lot, but the main bulk of the army is still near the middle spot of the map here, and these Zealots are going to, it does look like there's going to be more Banelings that are coming in to trying to do a little bit of some damage here, and then a good portion of the army, or I should say the rest of the army, is still trying to get into that 4th base location here. The Banelings are coming, but it does look like they're going to be met by Neeb immediately. Wow. What a back and forth battle, guys, between these two players. I mean, so even on multiple fronts. I mean, you can just see just how you know, good both these players are at just doing so many different things at once. Reynor is trying so hard to hit at multiple angles. It looks like he's going to get an angle right here and right now. He's hitting at both angles, and it looks like Neeb is a little bit caught out of position here. These Banelings are getting so many connections right now, and once again, the storms come in, though, and it does look like Reynor is starting to take a little bit of a lead here, and that definitely hurt Neeb a lot. That entire mineral line pretty much got decimated by the Zerg player. Those Baneling hits were huge. And Reynor's just slowly bleeding his opponent dry right now. At least that's what it looks like. I mean, he's just trying, it looks at this point, he's going to try to go immediately after that 3rd base location of the Protoss player, and it looks like he's doing exactly that once again. The Protoss player's caught a little bit out of position here, and more Zerg is coming. Those Immortals are doing so much damage, though. And these Zealots, these upgraded Zealots, are doing a lot as well to help out in the fight. These High Templar can get some really nice storms in here shortly, but +3 is going to be started here by both players. And just as this is all going down here, Broodlords once again are on the production tab, and this is where it's going to get scary for Neeb. Neeb really, you know, he's got the Tempest coming out now, which is a very smart decision. But with these run-bys, it is keeping Neeb at home. He can't do much because he has to split up his army consistently here. The storms are going to be big here, though. If he can get those connections, it's going to be absolutely detrimental to this army. Like I said, those Tempests are coming out, and this army of the Zerg is going to be slow with the Broodlords. The Zerglings, obviously, are probably going to be continuous run-bys here, but Reynor's almost maxed out here, and this is where it's gonna get really scary for Neeb, because these Broodlords are already at the front door of this 3rd base location here, and it does look like they are gonna start attacking immediately. I think Neeb may very well give up on this base here, to say the least. The Banelings are coming in here, and I'm wondering, though, is Reynor maybe going to be overstaying his welcome a little bit? He does get that 3rd base location. More Zerglings and Banelings are going to be coming into this location, which is the 4th base location, trying to get the surround on these Archons. It does look like they do exactly that, and the army again is pushing in here, but these Tempests have free range of these Brood Lords, and I wonder, is Reynor maybe overextending just a little bit? He's pushing into this army. The storms are absolutely massive here. These Hydras are doing a lot of work here, but I wonder, did Reynor maybe overstay his welcome? Because all of the Brood Lords are gone now, and now you've got Neeb starting to push across the map here. What a turn of events here. Now there's another Zergling run by, and this is going to hurt a lot here. These Zerglings are just getting so much value right now. And Reynor is just absolutely decimating this army. And at the same time, more and more Hydras are coming out here. I think Reynor did it, and he did beat beat Neeb once again. And just like that, Reynor is showing us why he is one of the best current Zerg players in the world. I hope you guys did enjoy this game between Reynor and Neeb, and if you did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and as always, I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.